Powell, and welcome to that Spirit of Quiet Days. Yeah, you notice something a little different today. I usually say, welcome to that Spirit of Christmas. Well, Christmas 2025 is over. It was beautiful, it was nice, but it's over now. I call the quiet days those days after Christmas leading into New Year's, where we're still finishing up the old, but we're looking forward to the new. And up until now, my opening music has been an instrumental version of We Wish You a Merry Christmas. You also might have noticed the song I played today is Good King Wenceslas, which is a Christmas carol, but it takes place the day after Christmas on the Feast of Stephen. So I chose that one because I want to show you some of the beautiful things that happen after Christmas. After the wrapping paper's all cleared away, after the guests go home, after the noise settles, this is all about what I call the quiet days, the days between Christmas and New Year's. And Good King Wenceslas belongs here. It's not a song about angels filling the sky. It's not about pageantry or celebration. It's not about gift giving. It's about one cold night and one poor man, and a decision of one powerful man and his helper to walk out and help that man. And that is where this episode begins. In the Christian calendar, December 26th is called the Feast of Stephen, named for Stephen, the first Christian martyr. Now, that sounds like a really heavy thing to talk about, and it is. Stephen stood up for compassion and truth, and for his bravery and doing the right thing, he was stoned to death for it. But Stephen also represents something else. He represents the moment when love stops being an idea and it becomes action. When compassion costs something. When it's no longer symbolic. That matters because Stephen's feast day happens the day after Christmas. And that's not accidental. Good King Wenceslas looked out on the Feast of Stephen, where the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. And he saw a poor man who came in sight, gathering winter fuel. This isn't a random winter walk. This is December 26th. Yeah, the celebration's over. It's warm inside. The lights are still up, but the feast has ended. And yet the king looks out and sees someone who's still cold. Look around, my friends. You can find someone who's still suffering, even though Christmas is over. Somebody who, I hate to put it childishly, but someone who Santa passed by. Someone still hungry. Someone the celebration didn't reach. And that's a quiet question for us. So, who didn't get warmed this Christmas? In many parts of the world, especially the UK and Canada, December 26th, the day after Christmas, is called Boxing Day. No, that's not an ode to Muhammad Ali or Leon Spinks or anyone like that. It has nothing to do with boxing gloves or sports. It has to do with the idea of real boxes. Taking the things that you no longer need, because chances are you got a lot of new things at Christmas, and there's some old things you don't need anymore. But there's somebody out there who does need that. So in most of the world, December 26th is the day when people traditionally gather up things that they don't want and they give it to someone who could actually need it. Not during the feast, not during their Christmas celebration, but immediately after it. For whatever reason, that has not caught on in the U.S., but I really wish that it would. And that distinction matters because generosity is the easiest when everyone's watching. Oh yeah, it's easy to put a few pennies in the Salvation Army kettle at Christmas time. It's easy to go put something under the tree for somebody and say, okay, I helped a child in need. But what about the other 364 days in the year? Boxing Day asks a harder question than Christmas does. What about when the mood fades? What about when the Christmas spirit's gone, but people still need help? It's something we don't want to admit. Winter happens December 21st, and Christmas happens December 25th. Winter has just begun. We might have helped some people get off to a nice, warm start, but what do we do after Christmas Day, when for them, the people who don't have the means to take care of themselves, it's still a lot of winter left in those. Cold doesn't care about the calendars. Hunger doesn't disappear when the decorations come down. And that's why these quiet days matter the most. Most of us are very good at giving before Christmas, and I don't want to minimize that because thank God that we do. We donate toys. We drop money in kettles. We participate in drives and collections, and all of that matters. I'm not minimizing one bit of that. But toys at Christmas won't keep the family warm in February. And the meal that you gave them at Christmas has worn thin a few days later. In many ways, the poor suffer most after Christmas, when attention shifts and people aren't helping anymore, when generosity slows down, when people become more self-centered because, hey, I've got to take care of me and mine during these tough times. Yeah, you do. But can't you help someone else as well? That's where good King Wenceslas quietly steps in. The king doesn't send someone else. He doesn't send his page out. Well, his page goes with him, but he goes out himself. He doesn't write a decree and order people to take care of the poor. No, he does it. He does it himself. That's what a leader does. He doesn't promise to handle it later. He doesn't say, I have a plan. He says, I'm going to do it. He goes. And the page, who's young, tired, freezing, he starts to falter. In fact, the song says, Sire, I can go no longer. And here's the line that always stops me. He says, mark my footsteps, my good page. The king doesn't shame him. He doesn't lecture him. He doesn't say, come on, you're younger than me. You should be able to do this better. No, he steps in and he says, I will help you help others. Isn't that a beautiful gesture in and of itself? We often imagine charity as something done by the strong for the weak, but real giving is often something done together. Yeah, it's a little imperfect, but it's step by step. And sometimes the bravest thing isn't pushing forward alone. It's letting someone walk in your footprints. So what are these quiet days really asking us? We don't have to do anything grand. We're not trying to make you feel guilty. We're not saying you're not tired, but we're saying give a little bit. Give a little bit. Turn your life to love and realize there are people out there who are suffering, who need your help. They're asking for attention, to notice who's still standing in the cold, to remember that the glow of Christmas was never meant to stop on December 25th. The spirit of Christmas doesn't disappear. It has to change tone. And that's why I'm calling this that spirit of the quiet days. But it's still that spirit of Christmas. It becomes quieter. It becomes steadier. It becomes more durable. It's less about celebration now, and it's more about follow through. We hear that term follow through in all kinds of things. We hear it in sports. We hear it in education. And let me tell you, that is the truth. Follow through. Don't stop what you started. You started giving good things to people at Christmas time. Now keep giving. Keep giving. I chose Good King Wenceslas for this episode because it doesn't shout. It walks. It doesn't sparkle. It endures. It belongs to the quiet days. And those days, these days, still matter. I want to go over those words with you. Good King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. Yeah, it's still cold. Yeah, it's still winter. And as we move into the new year, we move into the spirit of the quiet days. Those days where we can gather ourselves and realize that what we need to do is turn our lives to love, to helping others. Because, my friends, that is what we are here for. I love these quiet days, and I look forward to talking to you more about them in a little while. Take care. God bless you. And as Tiny Tim observed, Christmas may be over, but I'll say it one more time. God bless us, everyone. Happy Christmas. Happy quiet days. Happy New Year.